Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the F125, my team, Booty Radio Career Mode. We are headed to Mexico after we picked up some points in the USA. We're on a 5-race point scoring streak now, 310, and then three straight sevens in a row. So lucky number sevens. Mexico is a decent track. I've driven a fair number of times. A fun one, for sure. We'll see how the car behaves. It is a bit more of a rear-limited circuit with some corners that you have to kind of, well, get out of the corner on. Yeah, we'll grab that gearbox because I think I've gotten off one somewhere. It does look like it's going to be fully dry throughout. No major upgrades, real short turnaround between last race and this race. I think as we saw at the end of the last episode. So we're just kind of straight into it. So let's see where we can put ourselves on the grid before the big race.
What an atmosphere we've got. The fans have been here since dawn, and the stadium, the Faro Sol, is absolutely heaving. We're about to get set to set the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. It's qualifying day here in Mexico City.
So here we are, straight out for the first flying lap of the session. We've got our teammate tucked right up behind us. So he's probably going to get quite the slipstream and become a bit of a problem for us. But let's see what we can do. First lap of the Mexican Grand Prix circuit, not a great exit. And in fact, he's gonna be a problem. Potentially. Long run down to turn one. Pretty conservative braking point for the first go. Through the right, left, right combo of turns 1, 3, 3. Now another couple combo, of course. Very slow right-hander, but not the slowest corner on the track. Close. Tight little right-hander, double right. And now we're into the fast sweepers. Dab of the brakes, get turned in, but we are on the throttle the whole rest of the way. Right, left, get to the left so we can take this right-hander, flick to the left, DRS open, and now into the stadium. This is the slowest corner on the track. It's really clumsy, little combination of corners. One more, try and keep the back end under control. It was a real scrappy lap with pressure from our teammate right behind us the whole way, kind of being an annoyance. All right, here we go, winding up once again. We have fallen down to P20. Well, hopefully with less of a distraction in our mirrors, we should be able to have a little cleaner lap here. Big time battery burn down the main straight. Takes significantly more of that first curb there. Found almost quarter second already. We were wide on the entry there. That's definitely cost us some time. Make up a little bit more time on the exit. Still some time on the table. but it's a solid improvement. We can go for the new tires for the final run and should be in a good spot. All right, final run coming up here. Get the engine turned up to hot lap battery deployment mode. Couple spots that we need to clean up over the course of the lap. Let's see if we can find some time, get ourselves more into the middle of the field. Away we go out of the final corner. One, two, three complex was decent last time. Let's see if we can find some improvement on it. Not really, was a little early on the brakes. Just a hair of time gain. Come on, wheel spin. Help me out. We lost some time in here last time by going wide. That was much more tidy through there. Much better final sector as well. That'll be about a half-second improvement from P20 to, where do we jump to? P15. All right, so kind of back to where we were, just a little bit. But we had slipped down quite a bit. Track improved.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Verstappen on pole by a mile, just because his AI is absolutely bonkers right now. Joshua P6, strong qualifying performance for him. That's fantastic. And we were about a half a second off him, so it's not, a huge margin. A couple of tenths could have got us into the top 10, but P15, we can make stuff work from here on the grid. It's going to be a pretty high deg race, I think. It'll probably be a two-stop.
Back in the 60s, Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. At 2,285 meters above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners then make a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit. Expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour and overtaking into the braking zones of Turn 1 and Turn 4. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Alex Albon lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Doohan, Tsunoda, Stroll, Hamilton, and Victor Martins. Hülkenberg, Gasly, Ollie Behrman, and Antonelli, Hadjar, Lawson, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Fernando Alonso. Norris, Ocon, Verstappen, and Joshua Pearce rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. So here we are, 2.2 kilometers up in the air, which I know is an unusual feeling for you, Mr. Davidson, but for the drivers, it's even worse.
It is. The altitude can certainly get to your head, Crofty, that's for sure. Especially when you're walking up the stairs to the commentary box. I've seen it firsthand, ladies and gentlemen, don't you worry. But this circuit, the problem with the altitude is it takes away your downforce. You have to go slower around the corners because you've got less downforce, even though you've got Monaco wing packages on your car. That's the challenge of this incredibly unique circuit.
Okay, Mark here. Let's get another points finish today. I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Joshua had the engine penalty. It looks like it's going to be potentially a one-stop. I don't know. I might go for the two-stop anyway. Let's see. 52.42. Just dial it back. Because what if I go medium, hard, medium? Tough choice. What if I do the reverse? Yeah, reverse is pretty even. Let's go the start on hards. Starting P10 with all the grid penalties. And we bog at the start. Not a great launch off the line. That's Nico Hulkenberg who's got to the side of us. We find just anywhere to kind of thread through. A little contact side by side as there's some cars to our outside. But we've just about managed to maneuver our way through ever so slightly. 2x2, no real spot to put our nose up the inside there. Just boxed in. Now through the S's for the first time with the mountains of dirty air. Sonoda is right on our gearbox. We're going to have to use a lot of battery to fend him off, I think. Should be right about there. Should be good to turn the battery pack off. Some extra fighting going on up ahead. Let's see if we can get the switchback on. Sainz, not quite. The cars ahead of him made it hard for him to kind of clear the way for us. DRS enabled. Need the slipstream badly. Yuki Tsunoda is just right there with us. Try and go a long way around the outside. The inside didn't really develop, but we got what we needed to. We got around the outside. Whew. That was nearly a big crash. So McLaren have like damage or something? It looks to be struggling. He's not got DRS, but he's got a good slipstream that's going to help him out. Not quite going to be enough for us to make a attempted move there. Occasionally you can get that cut back and get up the inside of that double right-hander, but that time just didn't quite have the overlap necessary. Yellow flags are behind us. Looks like an orange car. Although the yellow flags are cleared, so maybe not a retirement, just a situation. Good battery charge down that straight. Oh, that was a naughty maneuver. That was a big send. Kind of had to go for it though, because I think we're gonna lose touch with the McLaren. Which is exactly what's happening. Come on, can I get back in there before? The pit straight? Nope, I'm going to be a sitting duck. It's kind of the best run we've had in a while. Here we go. Now can we make use of the clean air? It's probably got more than a good opportunity to get me down into turn one. So let's grab the slipstream and follow him back through. Gonna have to use quite a bit of battery. He does get that second dose of DRS to help him. Do need to worry a bit more about the rear tire grip. Yeah, if he was going for a two-stop, he would have been in by now. Driver in front.
Okay, the McLaren driver's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 19.3. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. Okay, gap ahead, 0.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. We're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. Come on.
Okay, it's time to put in the fast laps.
Joshua's coming in for his stop.
He'll go through easy. We're not really going to fight it. Goal is just be close enough at the detection point, which I think I might have done. Did not. Heading this lap though. Targeting coming out in 7th, so we did lose quite a bit of ground. Oh man, the tires did not feel good at the end of that stint. How far along do we got? Almost 60% wear. There goes Hamilton. Piastri. Fall behind even Antonelli. We should have the better tires though. Just got some ground to make. Okay, if you give me a safety car right now, that'd be pretty cool. Well, he's just parked it up in the runoff there. Stay close through here when you try and get him down the pit straight. Then we have a chunk of the lap where we have the better performing tire. Alright, this is going to be a full-blown battery dump. And the slipstream, pull out. Back up to hot lap mode. And this twisty section of track. Try and make a gap to the young Mercedes driver. Question is he going to have DRS? Doesn't quite look like it. Maybe. Yep. Wasn't. Don't quite have the grip at this stage to run away from Antonelli. We'll just duck out of the way and slipstream in. At this point, it's all going to be about hanging on to the back of Antonelli to make sure that we don't fall towards Sainz. I think already it's obvious that my tires are degrading pretty quick. I don't think the two-stop was ever really on the table. It's just going to be a matter of hanging on to these mediums. Especially when the rears start to go off. So at this point it's hang on to the back of Antonelli. Maybe we nip a position off him at the very end of the race. Great. DRS failed open. Oh, come on. Because I have like no rear downforce now. I have to come into the pits. See if they can fix it. And if they can't fix it real quick, then we're just going to be a straight retirement from a points-paying position. We're going to have to retire. DRS is still stuck open.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory. He wins.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
There's room for 3 on their podium, but only ever 1 right at the top. Let the celebrations begin. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc. Charles Leclerc on top. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, at least Joshua scored some points from dead last on the grid as a result. We join the DNFers with our just unfortunate mechanical failure. It does get Joshua nearly to 20 points on the season. The gap to Williams, though, is closed to just 8 points because Carlos Sainz and Albon both scored in that race, and I would have been ahead of both of them. Oh well. Still got some fan rating going up. Sentiment has dropped back to neutral. That's fine. Sentiment is all I care about, is that it keeps going up and up and up and up and up.
Have you got a moment? Need your input.
Need input, huh? What do we got? Yeah, large investment. Let's rock it. Gotta get my training program done. Let's keep the engineering recruitment drives going. We got durability development, I think. We got chassis research on the board? I don't know. Focus up. Focus up. Always focuses. What do we got? Let's go fan outreach 2. And merchandise push. Messages. Yep, points on the board. Gotta love it. Developments. Regulation changes. Aero and chassis. That's going to be a tough... tough one. Or I guess not chassis. Aero and powertrain. Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. How long are these? 10 days apiece. Yikes. We might be in some trouble with the end of the season here. Why are you oh, you're telling me I have developments that can be made. Well, I can't do any of them. You're close, you're close, you're not close. Okay. Let's just advance it up.
A sponsor sees potential in us and wants to explore a partnership.
Another sponsor? Lugna. Cool. Another sponsor to add to the list. Let's keep it rolling. Gotta
Hey,
love
Chief,
facility
we've
improvements.
got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Yep, it's gonna be all about getting things fixed. Try and catch them all up before the end of the season here. Let's go facility improvements. Awesome, we've got 2 more phase 1 improvements to complete. Should be good there. Finances, how are we looking against the cost cap? Oh, am I like out? Did I like spend all my money? Oh yeah, I'm down to 2 million. Probably be the last batch of upgrades for this season. We're gonna be nowhere near the cost cap this year, but we spent and spent and spent. Let's customize the car real quick. Let's add the new sponsor on. Okay, only a small change to the one on the Halo. The new sponsors just got that little sticker to start with, the Lugna on the top of the Halo. But I think that is the end of this episode. Sadly, the big-time point-scoring streak comes to a close. But we're headed to Brazil next, which is often a fun track to drive. But thank you all for joining me once again. Hopefully we can get the points train back rolling next time. See y'all later. Peace.